Welcome to the 144,000teachers.org, a unique online method of teaching for the 144,000 teachers. This is the introduction and curriculum of Method 7, Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center Agent Contract. A mighty movement to reach the big cities with the introduction and curriculum for Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center Agent Contract. Make sure to visit our websites at 144,000teachers.org, numbers1317.org, and fourwindspublications.org. Let us remember that the sanctuary is the foundational and intrinsic system of the platform of 144,000teachers.org. Become a lay evangelist and teach the word, a literature evangelist and spread the word, a lifestyle educator and live the word. Become His sanctuary, His dwelling place, His Shekinah, His glory, His character. In Mark chapter 16, verses 17 and 18, we find the second part of the Great Commission, heal the sick. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name, says Christ, shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. City evangelism, the essential work at this time. Medical Ministry, page 331. There is no change in the messages that God has sent in the past. The work in the cities is the essential work for this time. When the cities are worked as God would have them, the result will be the setting in operation of a mighty movement such as we have not yet witnessed. God calls for self-sacrificing men and women converted to the truth to let their light shine forth in clear, distinct rays. The principles of health reform are to be promulgated as a part of the work in these cities. The voice of the third angel's message is to be heard with power. Let the teachings of health reform be brought into every effort made to get the light of truth before the people. Let workers be selected who are qualified to teach the truth wisely in clear, simple lines. Let us not wait before beginning this work until all the way is made clear. Faith says, move forward. Christ says, lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. This mighty movement to reach the big cities is to be done through the venues of restaurants, treatment rooms in the city, and through country living. Counsels on Health, page 215. The closing message of the gospel is to be carried, according to Revelation chapter 14, verse 6, to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. In foreign countries, many enterprises for the advancement of this message must yet be begun and carried forward. The opening of hygienic vegan restaurants and treatment rooms and the establishment of sanitariums, health centers in the country for the care of the sick and the suffering is just as necessary in Europe and abroad as in America. In many lands, medical missions are to be established to act as God's helping hand in ministering to the afflicted. Christ cooperates with those who engage in medical missionary work. Those who visit these institutions will be benefited physically, mentally, and spiritually. The weary will be refreshed. the sick restored to health, the sin burden relieved. From those whose hearts are by these agencies turned from the service of sin unto righteousness, will be heard thanksgiving and the voice of melody. By their songs of grateful praise, a testimony will be born that will win others to allegiance and to fellowship with Christ. Methods 1 to 6 must be completed with their certificates before applying for method number 7, the Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center Agent Contract. $144,000teachers.org is based on 7 methods, including the Agent Training for Way of Life Association Incorporated, Association Mode de Vie Incorporée. Each method must be completed before passing to the next one. Method 7 consists of study and practice. The methods are followed by a test which allows the use of the material studied. The 7 methods should take no more than 6 months to complete, depending on each teacher in training commitment and dedication. Each teacher must enroll at least one more teacher to receive each certificate. It works if you work at it. The ultimate object of this mighty movement, reaching out the cities according to his plan. The method number 1 is the Sanctuary Revelation. Method number 2, Health Reformation. Method number 3, Historical and Present-Day Prophecy Application. Method number 4, Last Day Events Preparation. Method number 5, Creator's Government Restoration. Method number 6, The Final Great Conflict and Vindication. And finally, the method 7, the last mighty movement in the big cities, the plan of action. A mighty movement to reach the big cities. Method number 7 proposes Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center Agent Contract. Method 7, the last mighty movement in the big cities, plan of action, is an outreach through the venues of vegan restaurants and Better Living health centers, both in the city for the restaurant and the health center, and country living with the health centers, agriculture, the ABC of education. Remember that all methods, the PDF format, can be copied, saved on USB, or printed. The PowerPoints can also be saved. A mighty movement to reach the big cities. Part 1, Method 7, Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center Agent Contract. These are important readings. You must read the Acts of the Apostles, the way to do evangelism, and to spread it out. The link for the Acts of the Apostles is attached here. You must also read Country Living, Reaching the Cities While Living in the Country. Another highly recommended book is the book of E.A. Sutherland, Studies in Christian Education. This is an educational experience before the Midnight Cry of 1844, which is compared with the educational experience before the Loud Cry, which we must prepare right now for. Do these presentations to 3 people or more. Register their names for references and future presentations. Encourage them also to enroll at 144,000teachers.org. A mighty movement to reach the big cities. Part 2, Method 7, Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center Agent Contract. Our work. Gospel, medical, missionary evangelism. Occupy till I come, Jesus said. This is the training for literature evangelism, which is to spread the word. Lay evangelism, teach the word. Lifestyle educator, live the word. This is to prepare a people for the coming of the Lord. And we have two plans, Plan A, Plan B. Plan A, our homesteading lifestyle program, preparing homes in the country for the people coming out of the cities under the Sunday law. We have to teach them country living, self-sufficiency, and help others through gardening and small industries. Plan B is to train for religious liberty when we will lose our liberty. This is how to give an answer to those who ask a reason for our faith, and this is specially recommended to understand and learn by taking part in the extra curriculum on how to be self-representative in the courts of law. And for further information on the Gospel Medical Missionary Evangelism, make sure to visit the link attached here from file 23. And this, of course, covers the city and country living. A Mighty Movement to Reach the Big Cities. Part 3, Method 7, Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center Agent Contract. Our plan is based on a compendium on city evangelism, which was the thesis of Dr. James Lee on education in 1976. Dr. Lee based his research and recommendation from the writing of Mrs. Ellen G. White under the Spirit of Prophecy guidance, and this plan has been adapted with the written permission of Dr. James Lee. What we propose here at 144,000teachers.org is to follow the Gospel Medical Missionary Evangelism plan of having country living homes and city mission. For the country living homes, this will provide for the workers' homes, guest retreat, small industries, agriculture, which is the ABC of education, business training, health education and prevention, medical evangelistic training, and food products. And of course, the workers will be both with the guests going to the country living homes every day and the city mission to work in the city. In the city missions, we are proposing health food stores, and here it says vegetarian, but we are promoting vegan cafeterias, clinics, treatment rooms, lecture halls, where 12 steps to health and addiction treatment will be taught. Nutrition classes will be given, health evaluation will be done, natural remedies, how to apply them, and health lectures. House-to-house work also is recommended in giving prevention and health instruction, home nursing treatments as well, along with homeschooling program for children and literature evangelism, which will reach out to evangelistic meetings and Bible studies. A Mighty Movement to Reach the Big Cities, Part 4, Method 7, Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center Agent Contract. This is the strategic planning and agent contract submitted here. Those who are sincerely interested in becoming agent for Way of Life, for Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center, you are invited and welcome to peruse the strategic planning of Way of Life Association Incorporated, as well as the agent contract. And thus you can after that contact us, and we'll be happy to give you further information on how to proceed. In Medical Ministry, page 321, we are told that the only work that will be done under the Sunday law is the gospel medical missionary work. As religious aggression subverts the liberties of our nation, those who would stand for freedom of conscience will be placed in unfavorable positions. For their own sake, they should, while they have opportunity, become intelligent in regard to disease, its causes, prevention, and cure. And those who do this will find a field of labor anywhere. There will be suffering ones, plenty of them, who will need help, not only among those of our own faith, but largely among those who know not the truth. The shortness of time demands an energy that has not been aroused among those who claim to believe the present truth. Part 5, Method 7, Vegan Restaurant and Better Living Center Agent Contract under a mighty movement to reach the big cities. Method 7 is actually on-end training. So therefore, once you have completed Method 7, you are to request the test number 7, and administration will inform you of the result of test 7, and you will be able to register for the extra curriculum. Thank you for your patience. The on-end training is only after you have finished the method number 127, and then as you are ready to sign and to join the team of Way of Life with an agent contract, we will be happy to give you further information on how to proceed.